All right, good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting to order. First item on our agenda is a motion to adopt February 16th, 2022 council meeting minutes.
So moved.
2022? Yeah, that's what I was just looking at.
Oh.
So 1 moment.
Okay, those should be 23.
So 22. Apologize.
Yeah, you would go about that. What do you have, Century? How much? 2203. Yeah. So this is new revised and this had. Yes. Revised. So what do we need to do with that? Can it just reflect the 23 date?
Yes.
Okay.
So motion to adopt February 16th, 2023 council meeting agenda, or minutes, sorry.
So
And it was moved by Deputy Mayor House, second by Councillor Barrett. Any discussion? Go ahead. Oh, that's a discussion. All in favor? Aye.
What were you doing?
Motion to adopt February 27th, 2023 special council meeting minutes.
So moved.
No second. Moved by Councillor Deputy Mayor House, second by Councillor Barrett. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Motion to adopt January 3rd fire department meeting minutes.
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Nippert, second by Councillor McGraw. Any discussion on those minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Motion to adopt February 7th fire department meeting minutes. So you had. No, I did the January 3rd. And now it's February 7th. Oh, no problem. So motion to adopt February 7th fire department meeting minutes.
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Neppert, second by Councillor McGraw. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Number 6 on our agenda, motion to adopt March 16th, 2023 council meeting agenda.
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Nippert, second
Oh,
by Councillor House.
It's his turn.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. So under financial, I'll turn it over either to Councillor Barrett or Councillor House.
I'm looking for approval for the invoices for February of 2023 in the amount of $95,091.58. They've been reviewed and checked and they're all being paid order.
Okay, here's the motion brought forward by Councillor House, seconder.
Sorry.
Second by Councillor Barrett. Any discussion on those? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
We're looking for approval of a donation to the Bay St. George Sick Children's Foundation. In the past, we donated $300. So I moved that we donate $300 to the Bay St. George Sick Children's Foundation.
I heard a motion brought forward. Second by Councillor Barrett, Councillor Nippert, sorry. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Looking for approval for a donation to the Stephen Awards. I think this is the first time since 2020 that they've been held. And in the past, we donated $750. So I'm looking for approval to donate $750 to the Stephen Awards.
Second.
All right, you heard the motion brought forward by Councillor House and it was second by Deputy Mayor House. Any further discussion?
Good cause.
It is. Yeah. And it's nice that it's back on the go again.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Permits. Request to open a home-based business at 7 Birch Drive.
We had a look at that one, in our committee, yesterday. And, we saw no problems with it. It's a home-based business. We were prepared to recommend approval based on advertising, where it's a home-based business, just to make sure that there was no objections.
Okay.
So we've indicated, that we would approve it, pending any feedback that comes from it. And it will be advertised in the salt wire paper that comes out at the applicant's expense.
What is the business?
It's a nail business. Home-based nails. Those kind of nails.
That's the ones we have.
Yeah,
2-inch and 3-inch.
Hey, gentlemen. Those are the,
Yeah, now the thing with the business, we understand that it'll be done by appointments. Parking should not be an issue. We looked at it, I think they had space for
5 or 6.
5 or 6 parking spots, I think. So we saw nothing as being an issue. And there was a letter produced from a neighbor indicating no objections to the business person next door.
okay,
So we still felt it would be prudent to do the advertising at their expense and at least know that people had an opportunity to come forward.
okay, so is this a permit that's gonna be approved in principle until the advertising is done?
If that's the process, then that's fine. Do we need to have a motion to approve that or? Okay. So I would recommend that we approve it in principle. And based on the feedback, if there's no feedback that comes in, that we deem as necessary to have another look at this one, that it would be approved at that time.
Okay, so you heard the motion brought forward by Deputy Mayor House,
Second.
second by Derek, Councillor House. Any further discussion on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
The second request for a permit that we have is to build a fence at 26 Woods Drive.
Okay,
There were no objections and everything was according to our bylaws, so we recommend approval of that.
Yeah, I
okay.
think it's a chain link fence.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Is there anything in our bylaws about chain link fence?
No, it's not.
Okay,
Everything appeared to be okay when we had a look at it.
okay, all right. So you heard the motion brought forward by Deputy Mayor House,
Second.
second by Councillor House. Any further discussion? All in favor?
The last permit that we had.
Wait, no.
Oh,
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
We'd hate.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Sorry about that.
No.
Jumping ahead here. And the third one that we had was a request to operate a sawmill for private use at 8 Spruce Drive. The person, understands the rules around noise bylaws and the hours of operation, things like that. And it is, we've stipulated and been told that it is for private use only. So we've approved, I think, a few of those since our term on council. And we see no reason why we would recommend approval. So we are recommending approval of this project.
One question, is it exposed or is it enclosed?
I think it's like
I think it was a building
Yeah,
there.
it's exposed, I think, yeah. It's not built inside anywhere.
No, just thinking like noise considerations, if it was exposed, you're speaking a little bit of damping. Or it's exposed.
Oh, yeah.
Apprehensions, but that wasn't here.
Yeah, but usually those things, certain times that you take into consideration that they don't operate
Yeah.
late at night and early in the morning.
You can't operate anything before 7 in the morning
Yeah.
and not after 11 at night.
I think we've done both types, because I know we've done some outdoor ones. There's one just a couple streets in back there. And so we've done the outdoor ones and probably enclosed ones.
All right, motion brought forward by Deputy Mayor House, seconder,
Second, yeah.
second by Councillor House. Any further discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Under additional business, March is Epilepsy Month. So we have a proclamation that I'm going to read for epilepsy. Purple Day for Epilepsy, March 26th. Whereas Purple Day is a global effort to promote epilepsy awareness in the countries around the world. And whereas Purple Day was founded by 9-year-old Cassidy Megan of Nova Scotia, who want to let people know that If you have epilepsy, you are not alone. And whereas epilepsy is a chronic neurological disorder which affects each person differently, it's estimated to affect more than 10,000 people in Newfoundland and Labrador, and over 300,000 people in Canada, and 50 million people worldwide. And whereas 1 in 10 persons will have at least one seizure during their lifetime, and whereas the public is often unable to recognize common seizure types and unable to respond with appropriate first aid. And whereas Purple Day will be celebrated on March 26th annually to increase understanding, reduce stigma, improve the quality of life for people living with epilepsy throughout the country and globally. I therefore be resolved that I, Alan Nosworthy, Mayor of the town of Kippens, do hereby proclaim March 26th as Purple Day in an effort to raise awareness and understanding of epilepsy and to support all those who live with seizures each day. So that takes care of our new business, or additional business, sorry. Committee reports, and I'll start here with my left with Deputy Mayor House.
I just wanted to speak to, I guess it's a communications issue. This might be an appropriate place to do that.
Definitely.
Just want to reference, all the council would have received a letter in the last couple of days, a copy of a letter from the Honorable Francois Philippe Champagne, who's the Minister of Innovation, Science and Industry with the federal government. We had raised forth the issue of cell phone service for our town. And certainly it has been an issue that we've had some discussion on. And it continues to be a safety issue as much as anything around people's inability to access 911 service or call any other kind of emergency services that they may want to call. And so we elevated it. Now, the minister came back and acknowledged the issue, as you've all seen. And, you know, the safety factor that we put forward. And they told us about some initiatives that they're doing in technology and around connectivity. But there's been no real solution or any commitment to any work to be done on the issue as it relates to this specific town and the residents of the town. Now, I know that I have, and many of you have, had representation come forward from citizens of the town who are finding that it's really an issue. It's a safety issue, and one that has gotten worse in the last, I think, couple of years, it seems like. I don't know what happened with the service that we're being provided, but it seems like even in the last 2 years, we've seen that it's gotten worse instead of better. And I don't think that's acceptable for us or for the citizens. So we've gone to, I think, Bell, the town went to Bell, and many people as individuals have gone to Bell and other service providers and asked about it. But, you know, it's almost like lip service that people are getting. And I guess I wanted to put this forward today and ask where we go from here. And I wondered if, just as a couple of possibilities, we would elevate it to the level of the premier and pose it as a safety issue that way. Whether we go directly to the premier or whether we involve the MHA for the area, Tony Wakeham, and have some discussions and formally ask that it be raised on our behalf and on behalf of the citizens of our town.
Well, if I may.
Yep.
There is one other avenue we can take. The CRTC has an ombudsman that handles these types of complaints, and I know because I personally submitted one and had resolution for a brief period of time, dealing with the same issue. Okay, telephone service down here, or the lack thereof, and the fact that we're paying a fairly hefty premium for service that we don't get.
Yep.
And I got a response within, I think it was 3 days of actually submitting the letter.
Okay.
I got a response from them, so I think we could, as a town, submit to the same group.
Eric, if I can interject here for a second, I believe we contacted CRTC, didn't we?
No, this is a different, it's not the CRTC. This is an ombudsman for the CRTC.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, it's a different group.
okay.
You're right, the CRTC is who handles these complaints,
Yes.
it's rule. But there's another special unit that actually takes a side of the complaint.
Yeah.
And as I said, within 3 days of sending the email to this person, I got a note back from them. And subsequently, executive office of Bell in Toronto called me.
Maybe we can, because I know that the letter that Josie crafted on our behalf certainly indicated that safety issue is primarily what we're
And
looking at
Yeah,
here.
and as a service that everyone's paying for, we pay for the 911 service.
Yeah.
You know, so it's something, it's almost like a sense of false safety, you know?
Yeah.
Well, most people now do not have a home phone,
No,
a landline. And so it becomes even more of a safety issue because the new generations and even a lot of us old folks are having less landlines. And so being able to access 911 service or just being able to contact somebody. So I don't know, I mean,
Well, we
maybe we can
start
do a
with-
parallel process, go to the ombudsman.
I can get the address that I sent this to and name the person that I sent it to, and then we can take it.
We might be able to send the letter that we submitted before
Mhm.
to copy the response from the minister and any other correspondence that we've had.
Yep.
And like, there's just been no activity on it. I think
No.
people acknowledge it's an issue. And even Bell, I think with the complaint that I went in, acknowledged that there was an issue there.
Yeah.
But they're not doing anything about it. Nobody's
No.
committing to do anything.
and and I actually called as just a resident, and same thing, she told me, yes, we know it's an issue. And she said, but there is nothing being done. She said, we need more people calling in and complaining. And I said, well, I'm sure you're getting a lot.
Yeah.
But she said, the more that can call in and complain, she said, the better it's gonna be, so.
I've heard, and this is speculation, so take it as that, but I've heard some people say that they think there may have even been some changes in the, what do you call them? The
Transmitters.
the transmitters that they use, that it might have even been done to enhance the service in another area of where we live. And it caused a problem with what we're having now. And that's why, I mean, I'm not alone in seeing the deterioration over the last couple of years. I've had several people say it to me, and I think many of you have had individuals as well.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's good enough, and I think, we can try the ombudsman, but I don't know. I mean, what other avenues would council suggest that we look at exploring?
Well, we can go with the ombudsman as Eric, or Councilor Hibbert, my apologies,
Sorry.
addressed there just then, and also we can contact Tony Wakeham and ask him to bring it
Absolutely.
to the house
Yeah.
on behalf of the community. And when we get answers from both, then I guess we'll have to go from there and see where else we can take it.
And maybe we could look at going directly to the premier's office if indeed we don't
Yes,
get satisfaction.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't know if we should let it rest.
no, definitely not.
No.
No.
It's not gonna get fixed if it was not brought up.
I don't know, such, I think,
You're not alone. It's an issue.
gotta run around the house just to get a signal.
Yes, that's true.
Anything else, Deputy?
No, that's the only thing that I wanted to bring forward to them.
Councilor Nippert, you've been away, but I'm sure you,
I got a few things. to
yep, go ahead.
Just very in brief, we've, the applications for the chief administrative officer and for the town clerk have closed. They closed on the 28th. And I'm pleased to say we received, I think it's 13 applications for the CAO and another 9 applications for the town clerk. So we're in the process now, within the next day or so, of reviewing the resumes of the individuals, and from there we'll be selecting 3 candidates for interviews for each position. And hopefully, we can have a hire done within the next couple of weeks.
That's excellent.
Yeah, that would be great.
Promising.
Both, actually, both positions, town clerk and senior.
Good.
Anything else, Councilor Nippert?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, Councilor McCraw?
Not much to say, but the only thing I do have like to bring up is, to make it public, that, fire department, they need a support vehicle.
Mhm.
To run around with, just regular truck, throwing the gear into it, it's not no good. It's a safety hazard. So, I'd say when we get the new CEO, it's, we'll have to start looking at, trying to get grants.
Yeah.
Cause, nothing cheap when it comes to fire.
No, definitely not. And the firefighting service, well, the provincial government and federal government should be in on that with us anyway. because it is such an expense, but it's a needed service, obviously, for every community. But if we can find some grants to help them out with the purchase of the vehicle. So,
Yeah, cause I know, like, when I was in the fire department, we had the old van,
yes,
and that was great, cause our gear went there. We didn't have to come here first and run back, so,
It'll kill two birds with one stone too, because I think we're finding that the vehicle that we're using for the regular cruise is probably approaching the end of its usable life. And if we're able to replace that vehicle or for the fire department,
exactly.
and that truck gets freed up and that thing is, you know, in much, much better shape than the other ones.
Because you can't really put oxygen cylinders in the back of that.
No.
I don't think I don't know safety regulations, but I don't say it.
no,
But you're right, I mean, we do need to find a way that we can get a big cost share on it, because, you know.
they're expensive vehicles.
Yeah, anything, now with the new certifications, all that, before, years ago, you could do something about it.
Yeah.
And now, you know, we are responsible for the town purse, and we have to be, you know, make sure what we're doing is in, and not that that's not in the best interest of the town, but there's so many other things that we have to cover and take care of.
Exactly.
So that's why we have to look for a cost sharing program.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff coming up.
For sure.
Councillor House,
Couple of notes here. Just a reminder, I guess, that taxes are due the 31st of March.
Mhm.
And if you happen to be late, unfortunately, there would be a 1% interest charge on late payments. So just keep that in mind because it's drawing pretty close right now.
in regards to the taxes, what types of payments can be made through the office here? What do we accept?
Cash, check, debit, credit,
Okay.
So pretty well.
e-transfers,
Online banking.
online banking.
Online e-transfers also?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, just so the public knows.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just want to mention that the staff that's doing the snow clearing this year, you know, doing a great job. It's kind of a seesaw winter and
Yeah,
it's
it is, yeah.
hard to know exactly when you're going to be called out but they're doing a great job this year and it's worth noting. And you mentioned about hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll have someone to help Josie because really appreciate what Josie's been going through the last, I don't know, almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one person where there should be three. She should, big thanks for all the work you do. Thank you very
Definitely.
much.
Yep.
And that's it for me.
That's a motion, I'll second.
But I mean, you talked about the snow clearing. I think it's a testament to what snow clearing has been, and I don't think any of us are getting too much in the way of complaints about snow
I'm not
clearing.
hearing anything.
And
I don't
that's
know.
certainly a good thing. It's a credit to the people doing it.
Councillor Bear, anything? Okay. One other item, our deputy mayor, Brian House, has decided for personal reasons, he's gonna step down from being deputy mayor. He is staying on council, but he's gonna vacate the position of deputy mayor. So that's effective immediately. So now we have to re-elect a deputy mayor. So I'm opening for nominations for a new deputy mayor. Do we have any nominations for a new deputy mayor?
I'll nominate here, Councillor.
Oh, second. I had to nominate 3 times. Councillor Barrett, sorry.
Okay.
Do we have any other nominations for deputy mayor?
Derek House.
Any other nominations for deputy mayor? So we have 2 nominations. We can either go show a show of hands if everyone's okay with it, or we can have it privately and,
Do you need to find out if they accept? it?
yes,
Yeah, that's what.
my apologies. Yes, I jumped the gun. So anxious. Councillor Barrett, do you accept the nomination?
No, it was Councillor House.
Thank you.
Oh, I thought it was going to be
No,
Councillor Barrett.
no.
Oh, my apologies. Councillor House, do you accept it?
Thanks to my nominator, no, I kindly decline.
Okay. Councillor Nipper, will you accept the nomination?
Well, certainly.
Okay. So we have no need of a vote now. Councillor House has declined. Councillor Nipper has accepted. So we welcome you as new deputy mayor for the town of Kippens.
Thank you.
Okay, motion to adjourn.
Next meeting first.
Calendar, let me see calendar. Yep. Just 1 second, I'll bring up my calendar.
20th. 20th.
April. Thursday,
Third Thursday, 18th,
would be a 20, yeah.
18th, 20th.
20th.
Thursday.
Thursday, is it 20th?
Yeah.
Next meeting is April 20th?
I'll have to give you the notice.
22, 23.
You'll be
2023.
in the sun.
Hey,
You'll be in the sun.
Spain, I hope, but I'm not 100% sure of that.
Okay, so motion to adjourn.
So,
Thank you. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.